Caris, obviously you guys fought till the end of this one. What's the biggest takeaway in a game where you guys gave it all you had, but maybe wasn't the result you wanted?
Yeah, I think we battled, especially in that third quarter. I think we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole in the first half and battled hard in the second half. Kind of ran out of gas at the end. Obviously, some mental mistakes, missed free throws for me. But I feel like we battled extremely hard out down to the end to a team that we had lost to a couple times. And I feel like, we're right there with them.
You mentioned that third quarter and that unit that you were in with was all reserves.
Yeah.
Was there something that was said at halftime to spark you guys, or did you just know you had to go into that part of the game with that type of mentality?
I think the starters, they really sparked it, coming out. They had a big run, and then, it was our job to finish the quarter. We just tried to come in and be aggressive on both ends of the floor, and I think we did that.
Kelsey of the Athletic, that closing unit, so you, Darius, Isaac, what did you see from you guys specifically on the defensive end? And just kind of, we've been talking about that so much this season about like your guys' defensive identity, but what did you see in those closing minutes, how you guys played defensively?
Yeah, well, Ice was fighting all night long on Harden, and it was no different at the end. He kept fighting. We communicated very well at the end too. I felt like we got stops when we needed to. Obviously, Embiid is he's tough to block out, and he finishes well around the basket. So he definitely presents a problem for us. But I think that other than that, we really defended him pretty well.
And this game and Monday's game as well, like you've been in that closing unit, even as you're working yourself back. What does it mean to you though to be in those closing minutes, knowing that there is a trust there from JB about what you can't bring to the floor?
Yeah, I guess that's who I've been my career, and that's why I'm here. So, I live for those moments, and there'll definitely be plenty more, down the stretch and in the playoffs as well. So, for me, I'm fighting, getting my legs back, but it was definitely fun to be in that atmosphere tonight.
Thank you,
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Caris.
How you doing?
So after a couple of losses recently, the guys have talked about not throwing the first punch and the other team throwing the first punch. How do you guys make sure in these kinds of matchups against these kinds of teams that you're the ones that throw the first punch?
I think JB has said it a lot. It starts on the defensive end of the floor, and just being gritty to start the game. And I think tonight they got off to a good start. Philly did, and we were kind of playing catch up all night. And I think that's kind of what we're fighting against. We want to be the team that gets an early lead and protects it and extends that lead throughout the game. And I think tonight, like I said, we were playing catch up. But I think it's defensively. It starts early on their best players, making it tough for them. When they got players like Embiid and Harden, they're going to get their points. It's all about making it tough for them, making every shot contested. Every time they come in the lane, make sure they feel a bump and things like that. So we just got to be a little tougher to start the game.
And we've talked about Isaac a lot in his offense still evolving.
Mm-hmm.
But with him knocking down outside shots the way that he did tonight, just how did that free you guys up? How did that open up the offense?
Not even him making them, just him taking them. You know what I mean? He made them tonight, and he's going to make a lot of threes. But I think we're all encouraging him to just take as many open ones as possible. He's in there in practice every day, working on his shot. We all trust in him to, make those shots and take those shots. So it's going to be big for our team, big for himself. Obviously he's an elite defender. Just to open up his game offensively to, be confident and take those shots. And he's been doing it, and he's been knocking them down. So we're definitely going to need him to continue to stay aggressive.
Thank you.
Mac Robinson, 923 The Fan. Hey, Caris.
How you doing?
When it came to the assist numbers tonight, you and Darius both shared the lead with 7 assists each. With him obviously leading with the starters, but you with that second unit. For you, how do you feel with leading that charge with the second unit, not only scoring but also being able to distribute?
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. Obviously Moses was his first game. He played extremely well, running to the basket, running the floor, defending, and then you got guys like Goody, K-Love, obviously. So it's a lot of options out there. We just try to share the ball, play fast, and play off of our defense, try to get in transition as much as possible.
And then obviously being traded mid-season is tough, but at the same time, dealing with the injury and coming back and trying to get that chemistry. How do you feel like where your chemistry is at currently with the rest of your teammates as you're trying to get the game reps in?
Yeah, it's coming along. I think chemistry-wise, I'm fine. I'm just trying to, get my legs back. I think that's the main thing for me. So I'm going to just keep, trusting my work, continue to work on, my conditioning as I'm playing heavy minutes in the games as well. So I think the conditioning is fine, or the chemistry is fine. I'm just working through, some of that other stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finish up with Christoph.
Hey, Caris, Christoph says in Greece. Hope you're doing well. Caris, where do you feel you are right now as a team, quality-wise and mentally-wise?
I think we, mentality-wise, we're right there. We feel like we can compete and beat anybody. And, we're ready for that challenge. It's the last stretch of games, and we're, competing for a playoff spot, preparing our minds for playoffs. So for us, we're excited for the challenge. We can't wait to, keep playing these games and keep competing.
And also, after you're starting a game to fight, fought really hard. How encouraging was that playing against a championship caliber team like the Sixers and fought like that way that you fought tonight?
Yeah, I feel like it was a good test for us. Obviously we've lost to them a couple times, but we try to use these games as learning lessons. Try to learn from them, get better from them. The great thing about the NBA is there's always a game, the next day or the day after. So try to learn as much as we can from this one and just move on to the next one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Caris.
Caris.